Can you believe it? In this tiny room, there's only one bed.
No way!
Even though Rhys specifically asked for 2 beds.
What?
You're listening to Getting Fae'd. We,
Meike,
Lea,
and Lukas are reading A Court of Mist and Fury for the very first time, and today we are covering chapters 47 and 48. Get Fae'd with us!
Woo! Guys, I'm
Yes.
very, very, very sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I did an oopsie. A big oopsie.
More than an oopsie, maybe.
Yeah, a big oopsie.
Big one.
Maybe it was even an oops.
Ooh.
Not just an oopsie.
Lea, what the fuck?
But it's the first time this happens for the whole podcast now. So maybe that's an achievement as well.
I thought you were better than that.
Yeah, I thought
Me
so
too.
I'm very sorry. So it turns out I unintentionally spoiled Meike about a major plot point that happens in these chapters before she read them. But only because usually I'm the last one to read the chapters. And I'm just used to the fact that the others have read it before.
What happened, Lea? Can
Well-
you act out the scene, how it happened?
Well, a friend was here visiting and we were kind of explaining, where are we right now in the book? What has happened?
And I said, oh, Lucien just came.
And then I added, and then Feyre came.
And I was like, well, what?
So now you know too that Feyre will come in these chapters. And you can look forward to how that happens.
Yeah. Well, you know that come, but you don't know how come.
How come? But, joke aside, I wasn't angry or, disappointed. I knew it. I think it made my reading experience a bit more enjoyable.
Ooh.
I mean, I really didn't see it coming. I thought these chapters would be about Lucien
Yeah.
and maybe even Lucien taking Feyre and, I don't know,
Yeah.
just stressful shit happening. I did not think this would be a sex
Yeah.
chapter.
And you didn't know who would make Feyre come.
Right, I didn't know. So I was looking forward, who would make Feyre come? Would it be Lucien? I was like, well, sure, get that redhead. And then I was turning every page, and I was like, ooh, when is the sexy stuff gonna happen? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So it wasn't a bad spoiler.
Yeah.
It was just very funny. I feel like when you said, and then Feyre came, and I was laughing in not understand, when you laugh about a joke that you don't understand, so
Yeah.
that you just laugh. And everyone else in the room, Lukas and this friend, were just looking at Lea like, huh, you didn't just say that. I was like, well, what? Does she really come?
Yeah, maybe we aided the spoilering.
Yeah. No poker faces.
No, but it is a strong tone shift from one chapter to the other, I feel
Yeah,
like.
very true.
Which also caught me unexpected. But maybe we'll get there during this episode.
I think so.
Not just maybe, we will.
Yeah, we will come to that. But first we will come to the past.
So we came.
Yes. First we came, then we will come, and then we will have cometh. Lea, what happened in the last episode?
We came to an Illyrian war camp and relocated there from Valaris. And even though he's the most agreeable of the warlords, he's still an asshole. I forgot his name. Baron?
It was a
No,
stupid name. No, that's the High Lord.
Devlin?
Yeah, Devlon.
Mr. Devilman, right.
No, Lord Devlon, which, as
Devilman.
Meike pointed out, sounds like a 13-year-old's Minecraft YouTube channel.
Yeah, Lord Devlin.
Lord Devlon.
Yes, but he's the most agreeable one because he supposedly lets the female Illyrians train as warriors. And he was the one who allowed Cassian, Azriel, and Rhys to take part in the Blood Rite, I think it's called, which makes them men, no warriors, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he is an asshole and he didn't really let the women participate, so he got a little telling to.
A finger waggle of disappointment, one might say.
And also Feyre is training, and I think she kind of summoned a firestorm, and now they're like, ooh, that's awesome, but also kind of dangerous, so we're traveling a bit further out into the woods, so no one is hurt by the firestorm. And then Feyre makes a whole inferno there, but then she is surprised by another fiery lad, a fox boy, and that's the cliffhanger.
Lucien.
Yes, this fox boy bears the name Lucien. And he just pops up in the woods. He's surrounded by 4 sentries. 2 of those are Bronn and Hart. These 2
Legends.
laddies.
Legendary Laddies, Bronn and Hard.
Yes. Who do not utter a single word in these chapters. And yeah, immediately Feyre's flight instincts kick in, but she kind of observes her surroundings and she's cornered with just a risky steep stream behind her. So she's like, can I make it across? But for now she's stuck facing Lucien and his legendary laddies. And Lucien, he is dressed in all hunting gear, his fiery hair is bound in a bun.
Nice.
He's sexy in my head. And he says, we've been hunting you for over 2 months.
That's insane. That's like the whole time she's been gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Tamlin
revelation.
was like, Lucien, go get her back. My heart is broken.
Honestly, that he doesn't even try to do it himself.
Weak. Weak man.
But that also means he just ignored her letter. Because, I kind of understand him trying to get Feyre back when she first vanished. Because that could have been a kidnapping. But now she sent a letter and she was like, don't search for me. Don't do it. And he was like, well, Lucien, go ahead. I feel like Lucien will not know about this letter.
No, probably not.
Yeah, Tamlin is hot take, a little shit. Just ignores her. I mean, he didn't even know she can right now, so...
Also, like, Feyre is cornered, but she does have her bow, and her bowstring is taut, and she's, like, pointing the arrow at Lucien and his boys. Lucien and his legendary laddies, the LLL.
Triple L.
Wow.
And the way it's described, how they are cornering her, is very like how you corner and tame an animal, which is like, like I think it's well written, but also pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all just highlights how, like, the way he's dressed, the way he speaks to her. This is not like one of his emissary missions where he has to, like, talk someone into doing something. He's just here to, like, grab her and get her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucien.
Like she's prey.
Oh.
Yes.
And then Lucien reveals... Well, he talks to her at least, so...
Good boy.
She's still maybe kind of a person in his eyes, I don't know. He reveals that someone tipped us off that you'd be here, but it was luck. We caught your scent in the wind. Who was it?
So that means the people that are supposedly tracking Rhysand's magic are not Springcourt.
I think so. I don't think he would lie.
No.
Because he still thinks he can convince Feyre and that she's on his side. But then, like, who tipped him off? I thought that maybe the people who are tracking them
I think so.
tipped him off. But who is it? Who is it?
Like, it could be, like, we talked about who might be tracking them. So Springcourt is now kind of out, I guess. So it could be Summercourt, who are like, they are now interested in finding Feyre and she's not an ally anymore. So I think that's plausible.
Or it could be Hybern.
True.
Because
yes.
because the first person / creature who found them when he wasn't supposed to was the Etter. And he's with Hybern. And that would just imply some allyship between Springcourt and Hybern.
Yeah, and we had this theory for a while now, but I feel like we haven't had a reason to bring it up again, that Tamlin and Hybern might be, like, allying. But now, it's a good point.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Or Keir, who could have, like, phoned Tamlin and be like, hello, your girl is here.
Or Morrigan, if she really is a traitor. Because she's just been to the war camp. Like, she knows
Yeah,
where
and
they
Keir
are.
does not know that they are in the Illyrian Mountains right now.
No, but he could be like, oh, well, I guess they would know that she's in Night Court. The only thing he could tell them would be like, she's a Night Court. Yo.
No
Sounds like,
shit.
no shit, bro.
Thanks a lot.
Well, but Lucien, he is on a mission and he wants to take Feyre home. Because Tamlin apparently went completely off the rails and things are out of hand. Which, like, I guess that happened quickly because Lucien has been gone for over 2 months.
I mean, he might have correspondence with him.
No. Yes.
But that sentence made me wonder what exactly Lucien's motive could be. Because, at first you think, oh, it's probably just loyalty, because Lucien has always appeared rather loyal to Tamlin. But it also might be like concern for his friend. Because maybe Tamlin is actually going insane.
I think
Trashing the house, freaking out, being paranoid and whatnot. And Lucien's like, well, I actually kind of care about Tamlin for whatever reason. And it's like, oh, well, he's going insane. He's going mad. I need to find Feyre so he will get better. Or it's fear. Like maybe Tamlin is being so crazy mad right now that Lucien's just like, well, I need to find Feyre because that boy is going to kill us all.
To me, it read more like your second idea, that he's like, Tamlin is off the rails with anger and hatred, that he is ready to start a war. He's unpredictable and I can't control him anymore. So I need to tame him. And those are the only arguments he brings up to Feyre. He's not like, you will be safe in Springcourt. He's like, you have to come because Tamlin is not well. Thanks for this reason.
Right, but I also, I don't like that Lucien tries to take Feyre back to a place that has obviously been bad for her. But I sort of like it in a way for Lucien's character, because it could give him a lot of depth and also a lot of character growth. Because Lucien is a friend to Tamlin now and does friendly things towards Tamlin, but maybe at some point he will understand that his friend is long gone and that his friend has switched sides.
Yeah.
And that could be a very cool moment for Lucien to be like, well, this is not right anymore. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Yeah, I still have hope for Lucien.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm glad that he, spoiler, survived this scene.
But also another argument or attempt at apology he makes is he's sorry. We all made mistakes.
Okay.
Victim blaming much.
Right. It's not a very good chapter for Lucien. I was happy to see him again, to know that he is still part of the story, but he was not a good player in it.
No.
Nah.
I mean, Feyre also thinks about the fact that Rhysand and basically anyone in the gang could just wipe him off the face of the earth in one blow. And then I thought that might happen. To be like a shocker. A shocker chapter.
I loved her distinction between warrior, Lucien, and capital W warrior, Cassian and Asriel, which was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trained as a warrior, but the others, they are warriors. It's like, okay.
Warriors!
Yeah, but in the end, Feyre doesn't crumble at all. And she claps back and rightfully says that Springcourt is not her home anymore, and it stopped being her home the moment that Lucien let Tamlin just lock her up and did not do anything about it. And I think she's just completely right here.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucien was afraid and he has his reasons, but it's not okay. He was basically Tamlin's accomplice in looking away and not doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked how she confronted him with his own actions. Peak.
Yeah, that's also character growth from Feyre, because I think a couple of chapters ago, she was like, yo, I will go back to Tamlin if that stops a war. And I mean, Lucien does not directly bring up the threat of war, but I like that Feyre stands her ground and does not want to go with him. But then Lucien lunges for her arm.
Is this when they have sex now?
Yes. He just lunges forward and they have sex in the stream.
Free for sex. They're falling down the cliff.
Nice. No, it's actually not when they have sex now. But it's when Lucien wants to touch her to winnow them away.
Bastard.
But then Feyre just whips out a new kind of power because she just stops the flow of time for a moment. And Lucien freezes and she just walks around them. What the fuck?
I thought that was just a description of winnowing.
At first I thought so too, but then she actively describes how time slows and then starts again. And I was like,
okay.
What?
If that was winnowing, that would mean that every time Rhysand winnows from one end of the continent to another, time stops.
And he has
then
to
he
walk
just
there.
hikes months and months, but no time passes, and then he reappears again.
True,
So I don't think
that
that's
is a good
winnowing.
point. Okay.
No, she just, I think it's described that she becomes smoke and
Mist.
shadow and mist or something, and then time just stops. Do you know where this might come from?
I mean, smoke and darkness sounds a lot like Rhysand.
He can't do that.
No, I don't think so.
So that's new.
But didn't Rhysand tell us that even the most magical High Lords, most powerful High Lords cannot like interfere with time and weather and stuff like that? So maybe this is this new magic Feyre came to find in the last chapter, where she was like, oh, I want to create something unique. I want to make all these gifts mine.
Where she
So maybe
uses
this
them,
is
combines
the beginning.
them.
Right.
So maybe she uses winnowing power with Night Court power of mist and stuff, and
It was very cool, though.
she becomes Quicksilver, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And,
Insanity.
and with this, she reveals her powers. Like, I mean, Lucien also kind of knew she had powers, but obviously didn't know she trained them and stuff. But now she's like, bam, here
Also,
I
Bronn
am.
and Hart, they didn't know,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
look very scared. They're like stepping away from her, and they're like, "Whoa, girl!"
She shows her fangs.
Right.
Also, she shows her allegiances, because in that moment, like, Rhysand appears next to her. So she does this magic speed stuff, shroom, to the back of them on the other side. Then Rhysand stands next to her, and they turn around, and she's like, bitch, this is me now.
This
Awesome.
is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But this also introduces the part of the chapter that I liked less, because I still don't get Rhysand's schemes. Because he does not only appear, but he appears with his usual mask of the cunning and cold asshole. And he enters with like he magicked his clothing to be like a sly suit, and then he's like smirking, oh, little Lucien, what are you doing here? And I think I don't comprehend his anger, because why is this the picture you want to present to Tamlin, essentially?
Well-
Why do you want to make Lucien believe that you're this asshole who stole the girl? Why?
That
Why?
is a good point.
Why?
But Feyre describes that he like presents this casual dude because it makes him look even more powerful than the warrior. Because if he would appear like with his wings out and his armor on, it would show like, I need armor. I am prepared for a fight. I need to prepare for a fight. If he appears like as a casual dude who doesn't care for anything, he's like, I don't care if you attack me. I will defeat you anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing is like his diplomacy, which is bad, but we already knew that.
Yeah.
It's the we have to hide my good nature Valaris reason.
I guess.
But I also think he's like walking a fine line between playing his role and also just very much disliking Lucien. Because, as you said, he was an accomplice in what Tamlin did to Feyre. So his anger goes towards Tamlin and probably also towards Lucien.
Yeah.
But I was actually afraid that in her anger, Feyre would accidentally spill the secret of Valaris. That she would be like so angry at Lucien that she would go, well, Night Court is a much better place. You know, people are treating me right. People are nice. People are living together. People don't care if you're high fae or fairy or something in between. And I was like, oh no, is she going to spill? But then she's like, well, if you've been trapped in darkness so long, you become darkness yourself. So yeah, she
I
was
guess, yeah.
trying to divide his
She
attention.
catches herself, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but still, maybe that's just me. But in my opinion, being like, yo, the people I'm with now treat me nicely is not the same as, and also they have a secret city where people are thriving and it's been a secret for 5 millennia.
But it would have been suspicious, you know, if you've always heard this place is awful and then someone you like vanishes to there and comes back being like, oh, they're all so nice. They treat me so perfectly. I'm so happy there. I would also be like, oh, well, this is brainwash.
But also, like, I think he can see that she's doing better. And
Right.
it's
Yeah.
this, like, she sees him noticing that her body is full. She is wearing armor. She has embraced this culture. She is doing well. She can use her powers. She's healthy. And does not look like she's about to die. And that already portrays that she's doing much better here than in Spring Court.
I think they're trying to go the route of like selling the image of Feyre actually switching sides. You know, Feyre has been so angry, now she is also evil.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good route.
Probably not, but it might just be easier in that moment. You know, it's easier to explain like, I want to be here because everything sucked, than I want to be here because Tamlin is evil. Because now then you would have to have that conversation, and I don't think Lucien is ready for that. Also, there are his sentinels, which are loyal to him.
And probably sworn to him as well.
Right.
Then Lucien tries another argument to convince her to come back, and he's like, he'll never stop looking for you, never stop waiting for you to come home. I was just like, that sounds like a him problem. He has to work on getting over her. Like, that has nothing to do with her.
Right.
Yes. And I think she gets to that conclusion, like, that's just a him problem.
Yeah.
Thankfully. But Lucien then also pleads, like, everything got so bad and Ianthe got out of hand. Interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like a way of Lucien being like, well, the blame is not on Tamlin, it was Ianthe. Like, she was wrong about this whole conformity thing and how you should be like this and that and blah, 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 which is bullshit.
Yeah.
But also, like, if Ianthe hadn't been there, I still think Tamlin wouldn't have taken her anywhere, right?
No.
Like,
I think Ianthe is shady, but she's not the reason Tamlin is a problem.
No, Tamlin is just shitty. Right. Like, she didn't make him shitty.
I think Ianthe just rides on the Tamlin being shitty wave.
Yeah.
And she rides that wave on top.
Yeah, she uses it probably.
Yeah, that's her scheme.
Scheme.
But Feyre doesn't take that shit, and she calls Lucien out as a coward for just obeying Tamlin.
Yes.
When his friend Feyre is starving to death and being locked up. And I like to see it.
Yes,
and
queen.
Then, to hammer her point down, she grows a pair of wings.
That was awesome.
Very
awesome,
cool.
Yeah. She uses her shape-shifting gift to just sprout some wings out of her back. And they are Illyrian wings. They are also very sensitive in the cold rain, and it sends a shiver down her spine. So she can also use them during sex. A very important side info.
Also, it's just very awesome that she uses Tamlin's powers to forsake him and embrace Night Court and Rhys, like, so openly. That's pretty awesome.
Amazing.
That was very cool.
Yeah. Rhys is also pretty impressed by that.
Yeah.
And Lucien is just like, oh my god, what have you done to yourself?
I'm awesome. I have wings, bitch.
Yeah.
But her actual quote...
Wasn't that her actual quote? I'm awesome, I have wings, bitch.
Would have been great. But she adds on to that. She says, tell Tamlin, if he sends anyone else into these lands, I will hunt each and every one of you down. And I will demonstrate exactly what the darkness taught me. Yes, badass Feyre.
Yes, but then again, this, like, produces a reaction in Lucien, turns to Rhys and is like, I will kill you and everyone in your court. So they are not doing a good job of containing this conflict. And I get why she wants to present herself like that. But they all just cosplay as evil, and then obviously your enemy's gonna think you're evil.
But I just like when she's, like, pronouncing threats, like, from herself. Like, she doesn't need Rhys to kill her enemies. She can do that herself.
Yeah.
And, like, when Lucien made that threat of, I will kill you and all of your court, I was just like, you can certainly try.
You know, I don't think in this moment it's so much this role-playing of being evil. I think it's just so many emotions involved that, you know, in a way, Tamlin is her enemy.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want him to be her enemy, but he cannot understand that she needs to be free and that she needs to be taught her own powers. And, you know, someone who wants to trap you and lock you in is technically your enemy. And, you know, she's very traumatic in the way she's pronouncing this. But if he doesn't want to understand her and doesn't want to let her go, they're enemies.
Also, putting that aside, like, if it just were the reason that she just didn't feel like going back anymore, just if that was the only reason, and then Tamlin would send people to take her forcefully, that's also not okay. Then he would also be her enemy.
Yeah.
Right. In the normal world, in that situation, you would call the police. But Prithian doesn't seem to have a police, so you just have to kill the fuckers yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Rhys is the ruling person. He also is the executive branch. So I guess Rhys technically would have the right. And like, since she is part of his ruling branch now, she also has the right to be like, you are spies from an enemy country. Leave or die.
Right.
Yeah. And then, wisely, they leave.
Thank
And
God.
do not die.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, the chapter ends with Rhys being like, oh, you look hot in wings.
But also, Feyre feels guilty again. It says, I was guilty that I didn't feel awful because of that rejection.
Yeah. She realizes how easy it was
Yeah.
to stand her ground and be like, fuck off. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't like her being so mean and downtrodden on herself.
No.
No.
But she gets over that feeling pretty quickly, I feel like.
Apparently, according to the next chapter.
Ooh, the next chapter.
Is that where she has sex with Lucien?
Maybe.
Yes. Chapter 48.
AKA the trope chapter.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
So, Rhys and Feyre need to rest for the night and thus go to a nearby inn, although inn is an exaggeration. And it's a quite rundown place, and there's only one small, freezing attic room / broom closet available where they have to sleep now. Rhys also wears a cloak, so he's not recognized as the High Lord. Pretty wise, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I like how he is able to just, by adjusting his posture, like, leave that lordly demeanor behind and just appear like one of the boys, I guess.
Right. That's always like a character thing I really like, especially like in visual media,
Yeah.
like in movies or TV shows, when like a lordling goes undercover in quotation marks and just dresses up like a normal person and slouches a little, and it's like, oh, it's so easy for me to vanish.
Yeah.
He also leaves his wings out, so he just appears as another Lyrian.
Yeah. Well, he would have to use magic to disappear them, which he doesn't want to do. Like,
Yeah.
That's his whole thing.
Yeah, he also says that he used a little bit of magic to put on cunning suit clothing.
Yeah.
The evil Rhys.
Yeah, when he adjusted his appearance, but
Minor illusion.
apparently, yeah, he casted minor illusion, but apparently that might have not been enough to be tracked by the magic trackers. So I guess.
But they won't return to that part of the forest, so maybe
Yeah.
they're still safe. Also, like, speaking of tropes, like this tiny, tiny room already smells of troping approaching.
Yeah.
Because, can you believe it? In this tiny room, there's only one bed.
No way!
Even though Rhys specifically asked for 2 beds.
What?
Wie
So
blöd.
silly. So silly.
How unexpected!
And it's also freezing.
And it's too risky to use magic to warm the bed. So Feyre
no.
suggests body warmth.
Oh no,
What?
we
Using
have
body
to
heat?
cuddle.
No, and then there's a fun dialogue where Rhys goes like, I try to keep my hands to myself. And then the next sentence Feyre utters is, I'm hungry. Which is just nice foreshadowing.
She's also wearing his shirt.
Which smells of him. And it's warm and cuddly. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
And she like wears a fleece leggings and stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun, like her cozy clothes
And
are very cozy.
wow.
Our girl likes to be comfy.
Yeah.
As she
Nice.
should.
Mood.
Comfy clothing.
Best.
Best.
Yeah, but before they can keep their hands to themselves, they have a little talk. And Rhys reveals that he really likes when Feyre looks at him like that. Like what? Like his power isn't something to run from. And he reflects upon that feeling he had under the mountain, that this might have been the reason he was so drawn to Feyre, this measly little mortal human, because she just was not truly afraid of him and his power, and he's just not used to that.
But, I think it's a bit much for him to be like, what? You never were... Like, she says, I was afraid of you. And he's like, no. You were nervous at best, but you were not afraid. Bro, you... She was dying, and then you put your hand into a wound and was like, well, die or make a deal with me. Like, it's okay that you two are on good terms now, but please acknowledge that you have been very shitty.
I sometimes forget all the things he did to her. Not sometimes, always.
Yeah. We can forgive him. He's a fictional character.
He's licking my face and pressing into my wounds. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Makes me all giddy.
Yeah, but then Feyre also does some reflecting on Tamlin in Spring Court. But then she has a nice quote in her head that really hammers down the point that she's over Tamlin, that she gets what a shitty guy he was. And I'd like to read you this quote. Yes. May I?
Yes,
sure.
Please.
I'd sent that note to Tamlin, and he'd chosen to ignore it. Just as he'd ignored or rejected nearly all of my requests. Acted out of his deluded sense of what he believed was right for my well-being and safety. And Lucien had been prepared to take me against my will. Preach.
Yes, Feyre.
Slayer.
Yes.
I'm so glad that Feyre is on our side now. We knew this from book 1, but she was so deluded, but now she's with us. And then she also acknowledges the fact that Kaz, Az, Am, and more, so the whole gang would...
Can you say it in one?
Kaz, Az, Amor?
Yeah, thank you.
Kaz, Az, Amor
Nice.
would not have let that happen to her if Rhys would have been the one treating her that badly. And I agree. They would have stood up for her and taken her out of that situation. Lucien did not.
No.
But also very telling how everyone in Night Court is so much better than anyone in Spring Court.
I don't think it's just a character thing. It's also just what happens when you have an oppressive ruler.
Yeah,
like,
I
Tamlin
guess.
is not the most tropey oppressive ruler, but he is very strict about enforcing his rules.
Yeah.
And I think if you behave like that, even your friends are afraid of telling you that you're doing something wrong. It's not like Lucien never noticed that he was being unfairly to Feyre. I think all the chapters in which we saw Lucien witness what Tamlin did, he was, he looked sad and he was apologizing to Feyre and he was like, well, I wish I could help you. I'm trying to talk to him. But he was never brave enough to actually speak his mind to his supposedly friend, in quotation marks. So, I just think Night Court is free enough that his subjects, in a way, technically they are Rhysand's subjects, they would freely speak their mind and could go maybe unpunished.
Yeah. Well, but then Rhysand gets them some questionable stew, which is apparently rabbit, but they're unsure about that.
Yummy.
And they eat, and all the while Feyre starts getting kind of horny.
Also, maybe that is aided by him undressing.
Yeah.
Did you notice, sometimes I think Sarah J. Maas uses weird words in sexy scenes. Like in this moment, she's describing how Rhysand is getting out of his wet clothing and, is getting naked in the room. And, your head is supposed to, follow that and be like, yeah, Rhysand. And then she uses the sentence, Feyre hears the rasp and slurp of wet clothing. I was like... why are those the words you use? The sounds of someone undressing can be sexy. When you hear someone taking off clothing and you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to look, but I kind of, imagine what's happening in my head. Ooh, la la. But the slurp? I don't want Rhysand to make slurping sounds. I don't want his clothing to make slurping sounds when he takes it off.
They are wet clothes.
But does it slurp? Or do you have to call it slurping?
Maybe there are prettier words to describe wet clothes. That's possible. I don't know them right now.
They could maybe make a
thud when they fall down.
A thud, a flap. I think a flap would even be more sexier.
But
more sexy than
you don't
slurp.
even have to describe the wetness of the sound. This is your book. You can choose what words you use and what of the story you tell and what you leave out.
Slurp.
But I think it adds to the scene that he is also in uncomfortable clothes and kept them on so that she would get food.
Sweet.
But what I found interesting here was that he like explained that usually like in his day-to-day life, he always uses some magic, like to put on his shirts over his wings and stuff, whatever, for example. And that he describes that kind of keeps the edge off because like if he doesn't use his magic, then he will eventually become insane. But Amren kind of taught him how to withstand it for a while and stuff. So now he's keeping it in for Feyre's sake. And like, I don't know what to do with this information. It just invoked the image of, yeah, he's a man and needs a release from time to time. Otherwise, he's not well anymore. And that's just, I don't like that narrative.
It's either that or like maybe foreshadowing for Feyre having to suppress her powers at some point and then feeling those effects. Because, you know, I don't want to spoil too much of Sarah J. Maas's other books, but I feel like she is very good about writing captivity. And she likes to include captivity. I mean, Feyre has been held captive in a way, and you know that might come up again, and then would force her to maybe not use her powers or not being able to use her powers.
Also, especially because this is a very sexy chapter and we have a sex scene incoming, I don't feel like my association with the sentence is reflected in this. So I don't know if this association was intended or if it's just foreshadowing. Right. But like in the moment when I read it, I was like, eh. But maybe that's just my fault.
It also just reads a bit dramatic. You know, like, oh, I'm so powerful. When I don't use it, it hurts me. You know, it's so much power. Do you hear me? So much.
It's exhausting.
It's so hard to be High Lord. But another interesting fact that Rhys drops and like connected to that information is that he owes Amren a lot. Also like the protective shield around Valaris, which is new information. It felt new for me. Like, what if something happens to Amren?
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Like, is this power coming from her always? Or is it like she cast the spell and now the spell is always there? Or if you break her concentration, like in D&D, the spell breaks.
Interesting.
Right.
Let's hope no one breaks her concentration.
Could be dangy.
She just has a nice time with Varian.
Varian.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
And then Valaris just gets attacked because she's not concentrated.
Do you think Summer Court might use her connection with Varian? Like maybe he doesn't even know? And then they send him to her and then they attack?
I did not expect to feel like a traumatic romantic love story. Like that Amren would be the center of that. But I could see it. It would be very tragic.
Yeah. And she would be wrathful. Like, he wouldn't survive.
No.
Or maybe she would be like, I'll kill you, and then, but my feelings. But maybe she's not that hard on feelings, you know? It's like, I don't care. You betrayed me. Bitch, die. You betrayed me.
Yeah. Interesting. We will have to see. But for now, Rhys finished his stew and then faced Feyre on the bed, refilling her cup before tending to his more foreshadowing. Love to see it. And then they kind of settle in bed to sleep and things start to get a bit sizzling and spicy and romantic between them. Because they both admit to each other that they can't stop thinking about one another, and Rhys also admits that he can't concentrate when Feyre is around because he's so taken in by her. And, well, he would just fuck her right now, but this room's too small to probably bat her, especially with his wings.
This room doesn't fit my cock.
But take it out in here, oh boy.
But also, the way, like, they do their little game again, like one thought for another thought, and she just basically just asks him, what are you thinking about? And then he's like, yeah, I really, like, he doesn't say I love you, but he says, I find you so attractive, I really want to bed you, and I find you so amazing. And for me, that kind of came out of the blue. He just drops it. But also like, hey, if you feel that way, then say it. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, I was surprised but delighted. Also, the way he says it is very cute. You know, I think there's more. He could have said "I love you," and I think in a way he does. But he was just like, I can't concentrate, and when I think about you, everything is so great about you. You're so awesome, and I just can't comprehend it. It was a lot, but very cute.
But also, I like that he doesn't say "I love you" because I think it would be too early.
It would be weird. Yes.
Yeah, like. I think it's more accurate to describe the way he feels the way he does.
Yeah. I
Well
also
done.
like how Feyre kind of mirrors that and says basically the same thing about him. But then, when he asks her what she wants, she's like, oh, just distraction and fun. Girl, what?
Also, her motivation for saying that, she's like, I wouldn't give him what he wants just yet. Then, like, Tamlin tenses up. Like, he's like,
Tamlin.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
What the
I'm
fuck,
sorry.
Lea? No, stop. You're
This chapter
ruining the
is about
scene.
getting over Tamlin.
Yeah.
Not getting on, Tamlin.
I'm sorry. Rhysand tenses up because I think he is a bit disappointed.
Yeah, rightfully.
And then she's like, can't he see through this definite lie? And I'm like, girl, like, what did you expect? I really like that he asks her, like, he asks for clarification. Like, he explicitly asks her, what do you want, Feyre? She's like, I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of saying I want you. Girl.
After he just admitted that he wants her.
He basically was like, oh yeah, you're my sun and moon. And she's like, well, I just want fun. And he's like, oh, okay.
Which would be reasonable if it were true, but it's not.
But also, like, I don't know, before they get to this part,
They do the deed.
Yeah, she has some Tamlin thoughts again, and of like, oh yeah, but I also gave up on him, blah blah blah. That's literally what I wrote down. That's also not her motivation for like not saying it. She's just like, I wouldn't admit it just yet. I wouldn't give him what he wants just yet. It's like, what the fuck, girl?
It's a choice. It's a choice. But then she starts stroking his wing a bit, and he gets a big old boner. And that's nice, I guess. Uy, uy, uy. Uy, uy. Why do I have to summarize the sex scene? I'm not good at this. And then they grind and arch and the pet, and then he does little nipple strokes.
Are you part of the Court of Nightmares? Because you sound so flustered about what they're doing.
Yes, I am.
That's not a good thing.
Fuck women.
What the fuck? I think we can summarize it by saying it's very detailed fingering, right?
Yeah.
That's what it ends up being, yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of foreplay and also a lot of teasing, because Rhysand then like starts trailing down there and just pretends to go between her legs and then doesn't, and she's like, oh.
She says, please, a lot.
Yeah, she starts begging for it. It's fun. I think it's a nice scene.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then eventually he gets down there and does his thing competently, and that's where she comes.
We reached it.
Yay!
Also, they kiss.
They kiss. In a very funny way. Like, he kisses like her neck and earlobe a lot, and at some point she's like, I was so getting sick of my neck getting so much attention, and then she just like grabs his face and they kiss, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah. I also
Cute.
found it fun. Holly, like, she turns around and she's like, he's looking at me, like, riding his hand. But yeah, he makes a point of pleasuring her.
Yeah.
But, like, he's like, no, not for me tonight.
I like how it's so focused on Feyre's pleasure, but like pleasuring her pleasures him.
Yeah.
That's just like a really nice description of intimacy. Like, he doesn't need to like have an orgasm himself. It's also pleasurable for him to feel like that she enjoys it.
Also, he's like, don't ruin, like, she wants to like immediately give back also while he's fingering her. And he's like, no, you're ruining my fun now. Like, I want to like enjoy this.
He also adds that if his needs are tended to, he wants to do it away from a lot of people because he's gonna roar so loud it would bring down mountains.
That's where the scene lost me again. I don't know. I liked how detailed and explicit it was, but maybe it's also a me thing. Like, I don't understand most of dirty talk. Like, I just find it weird and silly and kind of cringe. But that sentence, it's just, I'm gonna roar so loud, it's gonna bring down mountains. What?
But I see the point of him wanting like privacy and wanting the ability to like be loud and not having like his subjects listen to him.
Right.
Yeah. But I have to agree. Like I usually, like when I read dirty talk, I'm always like, ugh, that's cringy. But one sentence he says here, I was like, clutch my pearl. What are you saying?
What is it?
It's, when I lick you, I want you splayed out on a table like my own personal feast. I was just like, wow.
Okay.
Damn. That was a bit hooey.
A bit hooey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think that's just, you know, dirty talk is probably not supposed to leave the bedroom or like wherever you do it, but it should be for the two of you or the three of you or no matter how many people are involved. But to just read it while you're not involved, it's just like, I'm
not supposed to hear this.
Sure.
Yeah. But all in all, good for her, good for them.
Yeah.
And do you think, Meike, that kind of plays into the, not necessarily theory, but maybe thought that you had in an earlier episode, that Rhys also might still have problems with intimacy because he's basically been in this bad place with Amarantha for so long? Do you think that also plays into the fact that he does not want to have Feyre do the deed on him?
I don't know. There are not so many signs in that chapter, but it could be that he does not want the first time he actually just, becomes very vulnerable in that scenario right after Feyre almost got kidnapped again. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be, well, let's do that in a time where we can just be ourselves.
Maybe he also wants privacy for the reason that maybe he's not sure if he is ready for it yet and maybe wants a place to retreat.
Right. It would have been very awkward if he mid-sex stopped and was like, no, I can't do this. And then they would have to sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it would be a good narrative. And it would be a maybe not often told narrative.
Yeah.
Because I think so many times in whatever media, it's like, when men get assaulted, it's like a joke. Ha ha. Like, he's so weak. A woman can assault him. Ha ha. So funny. But it's not. And it would be cool to have a book that's so focused on getting over your trauma and over everything that happens to you. Also focus on the male side of trauma.
Yeah.
So I would I don't want him traumatized and in that topic, but I want him to read about him getting over it.
Yeah.
Here.
I also wondered if maybe this was also an intentional choice, author-wise, because I think the main target group of this book might be female.
Might.
So maybe the first real pleasurable scene would feel more relatable, I guess, if the female person in this scene gets pleasured and not the other way around. So, sorry, Lukas.
It's okay.
Could you see yourself in Feyre getting pleasured?
Yeah, I guess.
Good.
Nice.
It was written pretty immersively. I felt immersed.
That's good.
I also came.
Good for you.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, and that concludes chapter 48.
No, it does not.
It does not.
It concludes, and that weirded me out again a bit.
Oh, no.
In Rhys telling her to go to sleep, basically right after. And that reminded me so much of the first time Feyre and Tamlin have sex. Because then again, he's also like, sleep, Feyre. And she's like, oh, I don't want to. And then she falls asleep. And we kind of thought, well, was he magically making her sleep? Why does it feel so similar? Why is the Tamlin parallel here? Was it just me or did you?
I have to say I didn't have that parallel. Parallel. I think My theory is that Sarah J. Maas wants to express that Feyre really, really desires Rhysand. But Rhysand is like, okay, that's enough for today. And then she notices how tired she is.
Yeah.
And then she sleeps without nightmares.
That's nice.
Because she feels safe in his arms.
Yeah, I think they cuddle.
And he also wraps his wings around them like a cocoon.
Which keeps them warm.
Yeah, I would feel safe in Rhysand's wings.
In his wing cocoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, first sex scene between Rhysand and Feyre.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great time.
Great time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Even
these
with a
chapters.
spoiler.
Okay, I'm glad.
Like, I didn't think Feyre would sleep with Lucien, and I didn't think she would sleep with Tamlin if Lucien took her back to Tamlin, so I was pretty sure it would be Rhysand. But still, it was very enjoyable. And
Did it spoil you then that Lucien wouldn't take her, or that she wouldn't go with Lucien? Or didn't you think about that?
in a bit. But I tried not to think too much
Okay.
about it while reading. And then, when they entered that room, I was like, well, but it was obvious.
Yeah.
Right? Even without being spoiled,
wasn't
it
that
was very
subtle.
obvious.
Yeah.
So yeah, all good.
I
I would
also-
just hate you for the rest of my life now.
Nice. You already do because she's blonde.
Right.
Let's be honest.
You were the one blonde person I thought good of, and now you ruined that.
Typical.
I will never trust a blonde person ever again.
Rightfully
All
so.
because of you.
I'm so sad. Blonde people, I'm sorry. I missed our chance.
Well, I also enjoyed these chapters. I was kind of sad that Lucien was gone so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we will get more confrontation, perhaps in the future.
I would have hoped that he would turn sooner, but he wasn't open to listening to her.
Yeah.
And now the question is Tamlin will probably just send an army, right? Like he wouldn't send Lucien alone again.
No.
Yeah.
Like for Tamlin, Lucien has failed now.
Maybe he
Oh.
no,
Exile?
Exiles. Boah, but that would be mean as fuck.
Yeah, but it's Tamlin. He's mean as fuck.
And he has Yanthe in his ear.
But
Probably.
exiling Lucien would give Lucien an opportunity to switch sides.
But would he though? Or would he then be mad at Tamlin? That's basically if it's Yanthe who puts that worm in his head to be you have to exile him now, he failed you, then he would be like, oh my god. He listened to her more than me, his best friend for ages now. I did so much for him.
Yeah.
But would he return to Autumn Court, or would he right now I don't see that him returning to Night Court.
No. Maybe he'd be a homeless boy.
Maybe he'd go to Summer Court
Yeah.
because they're nice.
Right. And then
Yeah.
he meets Tarkin, who's like, well, I trusted Rhysand once and he stole my fucking book and now I'm going to war with him.
He stole my book.
And Lucian's just like, well, don't you have 1,000 books? My one book, my cool book.
My special book. My golden book.
Fuck him. I guess we'll just have to continue reading.
Yes.
Exciting! Excitement!
We're pretty far into the book now.
It's almost
I didn't
over.
notice us
Yeah.
going so quickly.
Maybe 3/4?
Yeah, maybe
Already?
even a bit more.
But when I remember back what happens in the beginning of the book, I'm like, that was this book. There was a lot of development, which is
Right.
nice.
Ages ago.
Right.
I mean, it was ages ago. When did we start? It was in April. Now it's January of the next year.
January, February, March.
So I guess we will. We will have taken more than a year to have read ACOMAF.
more than
once
a
we
year
finish
or
it.
about a year.
I think maybe slightly more than a year. So it's going to be a long, long time till we actually finish this book. So maybe you, our listeners at home, would like some recommendations to pass the time, because now it's time for Recommendation Corner. I forgot to bring a recommendation. Lea
too.
also forgot to bring a recommendation.
Lea just looked so guilty all of a sudden.
Meike, did you bring a recommendation?
I actually do.
Meike gets to start.
Hello, it's my recommendation. I kind of feel like it's a basic one, but since you don't have one,
Well, let me think.
mine must be the most perfect one. No, my recommendation is plain and straight ice skating, because sometimes I get into these phases of figure skating obsession. Like, I
Nice.
don't do it myself, but I like watch videos on YouTube and I watch shows on Netflix about ice skating. And last January, there was a new book came out. It's called The Favorites, I think. And it's like about these two figure skaters and they're making a documentary about them. So the book is half their story told from their perspective and half the documentary. It's like fun. Yeah.
Nice.
That always puts me into a big obsession of figure skating, and then it passes after a while. But right now I'm into one.
Nice.
Nice skating.
So yeah, go ice skating. Maybe don't try figure skating if you're not trained in it.
But ice skating is fun even if you're just starting out.
yes.
Well, I know what we're gonna do after this recording. Not
Break
go
our
ice
legs.
skating because we ordered food already.
Yum, yum.
But sometime in the future, go ice skating. Nice. I also have a recommendation. I just thought of one.
Wow.
It's
So spontaneous.
I dare say it's even more basic than yours
Oh boy.
because I'm
Skating.
gonna recommend the series we've been watching, and it's Bridgerton. And
Wow.
but I
What a
offer
discovery.
I offer a new angle on Bridgerton because I recommend it even though would you have asked me, would you like to watch Bridgerton half a year ago? I would have said, no, what the fuck? I will not enjoy this. I really thought that's just not my cup of tea. But then we started watching it and I found myself just suspending my disbelief a lot. And you know, if I let myself be engulfed in this over-the-top fancy world, and I actually found myself enjoying it quite a lot.
I was surprised when you brought it up. Like, you were the one to be like, well, should we try Bridgerton?
Yeah, we were out of something to watch, and I was like, I mean, I fully expected us to not get through the first episode because I don't like it, but I did. We watched all 3 seasons. I think when this episode drops, season 4 might already be out.
So looking forward to it.
So yeah, that's my basic recommendation. Didn't expect it.
Nice.
Maybe my recommendation is expect the unexpected.
Deep shit.
Yeah, deep shit. What's
Open
yours,
your
Lea?
horizons.
What's yours?
Yeah, I would also like to broaden you guys' horizons. Not your guys' horizons, you already know this, but our listeners. Because I think a lot of our listeners are not from Germany. And there's a very specific tradition in Germany on New Year's Eve to watch an English sketch. I think it is explicitly English, and it was like a sketch play in the 60s or something. And then it was recorded by a TV station and broadcast on New Year's Eve. And since then, it's a staple for everyone in Germany to watch on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It's called Dinner for One. And it's about this old lady, Miss Sophie, who is celebrating her birthday, and she has invited all of her friends, but unfortunately her friends have passed away, and so her butler has to stand in and toast to her like a lot, and then she's drunk. And
He's drunk.
Oh yeah, he's drunk. She might also be drunk, but we don't really know.
A bit tipsy, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just very slapstick humor, and it's so funny. Yeah, and it's so fun. Like, go watch it. I mean, for you, it doesn't have to be a New Year's tradition. It's probably funny on other days as well. And I think I've never heard, like, when you tell other people that, they've never heard of it, even though it's like an English-speaking play. It's not a play, but, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Agreed.
no one outside of Germany knows about it. And so, in case you don't know Dinner for One, go look it up. Have a great time. Have a good laugh.
And if you know Dinner for One, Amazon Prime just released a German TV show that tries to tell the origin story of Dinner for One, which is also German and
Miss
sort of
Sophie.
fun.
And it's called Miss Sophie. Same procedure as every year.
Yeah, I think so too. And basically every German actor and actress is in it.
Yeah. So that's my recommendation. Have a laugh. And if you want to start a new tradition, you can watch it on New Year's Eve and start the new year with a fun laugh. But also watch it anytime you want. It's probably on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes today's episode.
Yay.
Thank you for listening. I'm gonna stop singing. Thank you for listening.
And if you can't wait for the new episode in 2 weeks, you might want to check out our socials at Getting Fae'd Pod on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And there you can see some memes and highlights and outtakes that might delight you and shorten the time between episodes. And there you can also slide in our DMs and send us some messages with feedback or just some thoughts of your own. But please don't send any spoilers, because this episode already was enough.
I can't do this a second time.
No. And we do want to go on with this, so have that in mind when you send us.
Yeah.
But we'd love to hear from you. Also, if you are not a person of many words but want to give feedback anyways, consider rating this podcast on whatever podcasting app you are.
Yep.
Maybe the highest,
Yeah.
if it does suit you. That would help us greatly.
And also, if you should happen to find yourself in unexpectedly just one bed, if you are on vacation with your hot boy, just a friend, instead of having sex, you can also recommend our podcast, because word of mouth really helps. And then you can do other things with your mouth, but that's up to you.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything we can add to that.
No.
No.
All we have left to say is that we hope we will see you next time when we're
Getting Fae'd!